Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News. The City of Attleboro has instituted a new dress code policy for employees. Some of the new policies have caused dismay among employees, and it's being appealed through the city's union grievance process. We spoke with Mayor DeSimone to learn more about the issue.
My name is Kathleen DeSimone. I am the mayor of Attleboro in my 4th month on the job. And a couple of weeks ago, myself and our new personnel director created a dress code policy, which may be new, but to some degree was just a return to the way business used to be done pre-pandemic. The purpose of the dress code policy was kind of twofold. Number one, of course, safety. In 2018, Massachusetts became an OSHA state, if you will, so OSHA always applied, it's federal law. But the state now has a plan that aligns with OSHA to protect government workers at the state and local levels. So safety certainly was number one. And the second was a return to more of a business environment. I think during the pandemic, a lot of us got very comfortable working from home or coming in more casual because there weren't as many residents, doing business here. But to show a proper respect for the taxpayers and the people who come to City Hall or interact with the departments outside of City Hall, to show respect for taxpayers, taxpayer funds, and for the city and for the good work that we do. So it may sound corny or old-fashioned to some, but I think it matters. Some folks weren't happy with the dress code policy. It maybe caught some folks by surprise, but to me it was more of a return to the way things used to be. And one thing I would point out to folks, because I know some people don't agree with it, number one, OSHA and the Massachusetts version of OSHA apply. That is law that cannot be contravened. Whether I like it or not does not matter. Number two, there are several unions in the city, and in some of the union contracts, these issues are specifically addressed about what can and cannot be worn. So the dress code policy does not contravene or supersede state law or federal law. If the union contract says you can do something with your supervisor permission, that can still happen. It affects every city employee. It is not applicable to only certain groups. It is citywide. So it affects both union members and non-union members. No flip-flops. Flip-flops are known to be pretty unsafe. You can't wear them at school. No halter tops, no spandex pants, no T-shirts that are particularly offensive or in a state of, They may be great for home and working in the yard, but not for work. Lifeguards have to wear shorts by definition. They need to wear swim trunks or some kind of shorts should they have to jump in the water and rescue somebody. Shorts are possible and contemplated in some of the union agreements and under certain conditions, but let's think about it. If you're out mowing the lawn or on some field, something hits your leg, right? You have shorts on, you could have a laceration, you're out of work, et cetera, et cetera. We don't want people to get hurt on the job. It's really pretty common practice in many trades to dress for safety, and it's safety in the context of the work being done. So what may be okay in one scenario for a worker is not okay in another scenario for a worker. We have several unions in the city, and their contracts vary to different degrees, but clothing is generally addressed. Certainly, there may be health or physical issues that may limit some folks to some degree. If that's the case, they should certainly talk to their supervisor, and then they can always talk to the personnel director as well for guidance, right? But certainly, exceptions have to be made for any physical limitations or disabilities or illnesses, etc. In terms of general safety questions, so if you're doing certain things and having a tie or a ring or a necklace, that should certainly be the supervisor and the employees as well monitoring that. The state offers trainings for OSHA and workplace safety, so we're going to begin some of those trainings because the state in 2018 decided that the state and local municipality employees would be covered by OSHA. It's safety first and a proper degree of respect for the taxpayer, the assets of the city, and working for the city itself, which I think is appropriate and warranted.